This is a high heel. Well, it's not a high heel, it's more precisely a high heel boot. To many, this is the ultimate symbol of femininity and power. For some, it's also the major symbol of sexual attraction and sexual energy. The heel is mostly worn by women. But why is that? And why have we seen so few men wear them? Let's try and. Men were the first to wear them, and the Persians loved them. They used them to sit more firmly on their horse, and it helped soldiers stand more firmly on the ground when they were about to slaughter their enemies on the battlefield. Now, they would shoot their arrows and bows, and then they would stand much more firmly. But then, as everything else, it became a part of fashion. Just as we have seen with camouflage from modern military being used in fashion, so did the heels. In the 17th century, fashion and nobility was all about one thing, at least for men that is, legs. Yes. Yes, legs was the jam. Tights, stockings, and you guessed it, heels were all used to emphasize legs, something that you will see it's much more common nowadays for women. Louis XIV was the king of heels. He loved them, especially red ones. And the red became the biggest symbol for wealth and high status in their society back then. Women in the 18th century began dominating the heels, however. They started being mainly used by them, and slowly men stopped wearing them. Occasionally you see the cowboy boot or the Chelsea boot, but never with any serious length of heel. Nowadays, it's much more common for men who wear the high heels to be a part of the LGBTQ plus society. And honestly, I love it. I think it's so sad to see that these boots and high heels has been stereotyped into women-only fashion. Now, I personally love heels, and I have worn them out only a few occasions, and this is actually mine. So I recommend you really getting one of these men. And whenever I've been wearing them out, people always have different opinions. One thing for certain, people have an opinion about it. Some love it, some hate it, but most people are indifferent. I've been called gay, I've been called disgusting. Actually, quite frankly, a lot of women. Here's the thing: a lot of people assume I'm gay because I wear these. I'm not. I'm actually straight, and I have a girlfriend, a wonderful girlfriend. I also have kids, but I really love feminine outfit, and I love cross-dressing and playing with style, etc. So to me, it's just natural. Like, this is the epitome, the pinnacle of playing with gender roles, because there's so much association with these that it's almost more what do you say, stereotypical for women than to men. Like if you wear these, you are bound to get comments, much more than makeup. I wore makeup as well, but with high heel boots or high heels in general, you are much more likely to encounter these people. And some people love it, some people hate it. Some people can stand the comments. I personally am a little bit, I don't care too much. But again, I must admit, quite frankly, that when I wear them, people I tend to think about the occasion I'm going to. If I'm going to a family gathering or a New Year's Eve, I'm much more likely to go with when it's with close friends. I'm much more likely to go with it. But if I'm going to a very masculine, dominated, testosterone level of energy, well, I probably won't wear it as much. And it's a bit sad, I think, because this shouldn't be a problem. But I see a lot of men in the world, I think, tend to be afraid of wearing it. And I think a lot of men want to wear more high heels, skirts, dresses, whatever. And whatever your reason is it because you want to play with gender stereotypes, if you want to make some kind of statement, or if it's for sexual purposes, there are so many men, I think, who want to wear them but never do because they're afraid of the repercussions, and it's really sad. And I wish way more men did it, and I also wish that more stereotypical straight men, cis men, would wear them. Not because that every other gender shouldn't wear them. Of course they should, if they want to, that's the thing. But the reason why I want more straight men to wear them is because it helps the boys that are growing up right now to be like, hey, I want to wear it. And I have this, but I don't have any role model. But we have seen with Harry Styles, who worn a lot of gender stereotypical clothing, especially for the opposite sex, which I think is amazing. I also think that a lot of people are afraid that they look weird. But I think if you style things right, they can really fit you well. One of the problems I also see with men wearing women's clothing or garment made specifically for women is they choose something that looks odd, and I don't think it's they want to be more feminine, they want to be more expressive, but they don't know how to style. They don't know what to do, so they just pick something red because red symbolizes love and power and femininity. And then they choose something that's very sexual. Oh, it has to be like a very short dress, and they don't fit it to their first moment their body type. They don't find something that work for their body type, and they don't think about the aesthetics within it, which is a major problem, because if you are gonna do it, I think you should try to find your spot, find something that fits you well, and emphasizes your good parts and neglect more of your bad parts. So if you have a big beer gut, I don't think you should go out and find the tightest dress in the world. No, I think you should, first of all, maybe fix your health if that's a concern of yours, but also find a dress or whatever that fits you very well. But again, I think way more men should wear these. They're cool. It feels awesome to wear them. It's like I feel powerful. Like I feel like I can stomp on your... Like, they're cool. I love them. I get a lot of compliments on it. And actually, just a little funny thing. Back some years ago, before I met my girlfriend, I went on Tinder and I post in a profile picture with this. And I can tell you this, that I had never gotten so many matches before. And a good part of the women probably didn't want to be with me sexually. Some of them just saw, a gay guy or something. But it was a good part, and I found my girlfriend among all of the Tinder dates too. So use that as your advantage. Use it to stand out in the crowds. And one very last thing I have to say before I go off. You have an obligation. You have a freaking obligation to be yourself. Not for you, but for everyone around you. You are changing the world. Trust me. By being you, you change the world. Trust me. That is just... so true, because look how more common it is to be gay. If you go back 20, when I was young, people didn't like, I don't think they really cared too much about gay people, but people, being gay was kind of like, it was kind of a weird thing. People didn't understand it, people didn't really enjoy it, they didn't like it, they were looked down upon. Nowadays, whatever, and I love that. Yes, I love it. Yes. The free will is awesome, and you have to be who you are for everyone around you. So whenever you wear this, believe me, you're not making it different just for you. You're making it different for everyone around you. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You're going to be a big change in the world. Better believe it. Bye.